Good afternoon, everyone. It's Louise from Eleanor Grace. I just coming in with a little announcement about our stitch along for next year. They're going to be 4 stitch alongs. The first one January to March, and what it's going to be is a slightly different format from last year, where I just did them ad hoc. We're going to do them across 3 months for each season, if you like. January to March is the first one, and they are going to be on different things, and quite often I'm going to try and do it on things that I haven't actually done myself, or I have a bit of knowledge on, but I'd like to learn a bit more about. It also means there will be more content on the Facebook group, but I will do a fair amount of videos on here as well. So the first quarterly one is going to be to make a snippet roll. Now, if you haven't already made a snippet roll, I've mocked up something here. Let me just pull this out a little bit so you can see what I mean. And this is a series of small pieces stitched together to make a long piece. So you can see here I've got quite a lot of squares. Now the idea came, it is something that a lot of people have done. I've always wanted to make one, and the idea came because my mum had a few squares of green fabric and I just really liked it, so I started cutting out some other colours as well, and thinking it would be nice to do a snippet roll. So I'd be really interested to hear if anyone has done one before. If you're in the group on Facebook, Slow Stitching by Hand with Eleanor Grace, then you can share what you've done. And there will be several parts to this, so anyone who's a beginner, don't worry. I'm going to start off with some little, these are twinchies. So they are 2 inches, so hence the name twinchies, and they are made from a bit of felt on the back, but basically made in different sort of ways, and I'm going to have lots of fun with building us up to the snippet roll. So those who are not so experienced can start off with some smaller ones. If you fancied making something a bit bigger, then obviously you can get a bigger size, but this is 2 inches or 5 centimeters square, and these are, I think these are 3 centimeters, sorry, 3 inches, which is about 7.5 centimeters. These are done in all different ways, so we're going to learn how to do these. We're also going to do a few other little projects, and including, which I thought would be fun, mounting these onto an artist's canvas. I just had the idea and I thought it's a bit mad. I don't know if anyone's done it before, but I rather love the idea of being able to mount these on there. I don't use glue, so we'll be stitching our pieces on. So I have a load of these canvases which I've bought, and also I'm going to be producing some packs for this. Now you can use whatever you've got in your stock. So if you've got a whole load of things to use up, we're going to be using all sorts of things, but nothing too bulky, because you've got to remember with the snippet roll, you are going to be rolling it. So you don't want great big buttons or things like that. But, sequins, beads. I've got a little stash here of all sorts of things. Let me just look at my little box of treasures here. My nan was a milliner, so I bought some millinery flowers, which I think are quite gorgeous. A little bit mad, maybe, a little bit big. Lots of lovely lace, all sorts of motifs, if you've got anything like that. These are very pretty. I've got some lovely sequins. These are mother of pearl, but they're sort of a sort of rusty, dusty pink. Lots of sequins. Our good old Suffolk puffs, or yo-yos. I've done some in lace. All sorts of things. And basically you can get yourself together a little pack of things that you want to use out of your stash, and cut out some squares, and we'll get started. So we'll start off with the small squares. This is the pack that I've produced. This is the sort of thing. So I can do this in any colour if you wanted different colours. This is a sort of soft greens and pinks, which was started by this fabric here, which has got a little bit of like a mulberry colour, and then some soft greens and some creams. So I've made up a little pack out of those colours. So what I will be doing in these packs, they will be £10 plus postage. I'm not going to sell them in my Etsy shop like I usually do, but I will also be stocking my Etsy shop with some bits and bobs as well. But these will just be sold sort of direct. I have a PayPal account, so it's all quite secure. And what I will do is curate a little collection like this based on your colours. So £10, obviously do look up online currency converter to work out what that might be in your local currency. So maybe about $13, I think, about 5 Australian dollars, etc. So the postage will be on top of that, but it won't be very much. It will be about £2 to £4, depending where you are in the world. If you're in the UK, it'd be about 2. I think for Europe it'll be about 3, and for America it'll be about 4, and Australia, New Zealand, etc., and Canada. So this is just a sort of example of the sort of things I'm going to put in. Lots of little trimmings where I've got up darling pieces of lace that had an old lace sort of doily, which was all sort of broken in one part. So I just cut up all the little bits. I think these are just so gorgeous, little tiny little bits ready for your twinchies. And I have used these on here. I can show you. This one here. You see, putting on nice small little bits, just sort of making it attractive, and using some of the stitches that we've got here. So yes, I've got a little, usually I'll put in a vintage yo-yo and some nice buttons in the colour scheme, lots of different fabrics, and I will have cut out some of the squares for you. So here I've cut out a lot. I will be giving you a bit more fabric than is here, and you will have a couple of bigger squares as well, so you can do the cutting and you can sort of work out what you want. Some of these bases for these twinchies are going to be just something plain like calico, or here I've got some linen. And some of them we're going to stitch straight onto a piece of fabric in the square there. But you'll have lots of lovely bits of lace, all sorts of things to put into your piece, and also ribbons, and I will be adding some beads and trimmings and whatnot to this as well. So this is the sort of thing that you will get, although some of it will be larger pieces of fabric which you can cut to size, but some of them will already be cut to the right size, so you get an idea. But it's just a nice little easy project. I thought I'd come up with the name Twinchies myself, and I was so excited, and I found out actually it was already a thing. So it's obviously a good idea. That's why somebody else has come up with it as well. So if you're interested, you can comment on here. What I would need to do is just get hold of you in some way in order to sort out how I can get the pack to you and where it needs to go, so we can be in contact about that. But most of all, I hope you can use up some of the things you've got in your collections and make good use of them. You can also get the pack without the canvas if you didn't fancy that. That would be, this is about £1.50, so it would be £8.50 without the canvas plus postage. So that's that. And I just wanted to show you a few last bits of my trimmings and things that I've got. I've been having a look for things that would be suitable. So some of these beads are a little bit on the big side, but I've got some really pretty sort of different pink beads there. I've got some lovely leaves there, some really unusual purpley coloured pearls there. I do love pearls. As you can see, these ones are obviously going to be way too big, but some of these are lovely colours. So I've been sorting through all my pearls, and also I have lots and lots of fabric. So I have some of these my mum gave me, and then I've gone a bit mad and started cutting up loads of different things myself. So as I say, I can do a pack for you in a colour scheme of your choice. What I would say is a maximum of 3 colours. You can always add to that. I would say for these pieces, you probably, on the small side, you probably only want 3 colours with the twinchies, and when we get bigger, you can go mad. And in fact, the snippet rolls I've seen sometimes have got, I mean, I've done a sort of 3 colour one here, but some of the snippet rolls I've seen have got every colour under the sun. So we can have a bit of fun with it. I hope you will join me. And as I say, you will get more out of it if you are on Facebook with the Facebook group, but I will try to keep you updated on here. And I will also be trying to do a bit more on my Instagram and my also Pinterest as well, just because I know some people don't have Facebook or don't particularly like Facebook. So hopefully, all in all, it'll be a nice inspirational thing. We will probably meet about twice a month, although I might do a little add-ons here and there. There will be more on the Facebook group. There will be extra sessions, and some of those will be live. I may try and do a live one on here. You never know. And I have done a live one. If you are already a member of the group, Slow Stitching by Hand with Eleanor Grace, I did a live last night to show you a bit more and to go into a bit more detail. There were lots of questions asked as well and lots of answers to that. So I can't go into quite as much detail here, but I do hope you like the idea of a quarterly stitch along. And we will, I'm trying to make it a little bit easier on myself, that we don't do very intensive once a week, twice a week, every week. It's spread out a little bit over the 3 months, but I hope that that sounds like something that you might be interested in, and we can get into our twinchies to start off with. So I will be putting the packs together over the next couple of weeks. From Sunday, I'm going away for Christmas, so I won't be around very much the week of Christmas, but I will attempt to get all of the packs out sort of by the early new year as much as I can. And I hope in the meantime you all have a lovely Christmas and a wonderful new year. I know also it is a time that is difficult for some. You know, I lost my brother just after last Christmas, and that's why we're going away. So I know it can be difficult for some. For those who don't obviously celebrate Christmas, I do hope you get a nice rest anyway, and you get lots of time for stitching. And in the meantime, I will see you in the new year. I will try and pop in sometime over the next couple of weeks just to do another little video just to show you some bits and bobs. But I hope you have a lovely Christmas and a very happy new year. Okay, bye.